What if I told you that the NBA Finals everyone is celebrating could become one of the biggest nightmares sportsbooks have ever faced? And what if the team that hasn't won a championship in decades is suddenly making oddsmakers nervous across America? Stay with me, because this story isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about belief, money, and a championship dream that refuses to die. As Game 1 approaches, something incredible is happening across the country. Sportsbooks are bracing for what could become one of the most heavily bet NBA Finals in history. Why? Because two teams nobody expected to create this kind of chaos have crashed into the championship stage at exactly the same time. On one side, the New York Knicks, a franchise carrying generations of heartbreak, hope, and one of the most passionate fan bases in sports. On the other side, the San Antonio Spurs, led by the 7'4" phenomenon Victor Wembanyama, whose rise is happening faster than almost anyone predicted. And here's where things get really interesting. Sportsbooks openly admit they didn't want this matchup. Not because it's bad for ratings, quite the opposite. For the NBA, this is a dream scenario. But for sportsbooks, it's a potential disaster. The reason? Both teams carried long-shot championship odds for much of the season, meaning thousands of bettors locked in huge payouts months ago. If either team wins, sportsbooks could be writing some very painful checks. Now think about New York for a second. This isn't just a basketball team. This is a city desperate for a championship. Knicks fans have packed arenas on the road, filled the streets after playoff victories, and perhaps most importantly, they've been betting with their hearts. According to sportsbook data, New York is the most heavily backed team to win the championship. And that support keeps growing by the day. But before you call this a Cinderella story, look at what the Knicks have done recently. They've absolutely destroyed everyone standing in their way. Philadelphia? Swept. Cleveland? Swept. 11 straight wins. Not just wins, domination. Over this historic stretch, they're beating opponents by nearly 24 points per game. Let that sink in. That's not a hot streak. That's the kind of run that changes how people view a championship contender. And here's the question everyone is debating right now. Are the Knicks simply getting hot at the perfect time, or have they transformed into the best team in basketball? Their offense has become nearly unstoppable. They're shooting at elite levels, creating space, moving the ball, and overwhelming opponents in ways we simply didn't see earlier in the season. Even professional oddsmakers who spend their lives analyzing basketball admit they're struggling to ignore what they're watching. But don't count out San Antonio. In fact, many sportsbooks are even more worried about the Spurs. Why? Because Victor Wembanyama has accelerated his rise faster than anyone expected. Coming into the season, championship odds suggested the Spurs weren't ready. Now they're 4 wins away from a title. Their postseason run has forced critics to rethink everything. Every round they've gotten stronger. Every series they've looked more dangerous. And this is what makes these finals so fascinating. It's not just New York's resurgence versus San Antonio's future. It's momentum versus momentum. Belief versus belief. One's chasing a championship they've waited decades to celebrate. Another witnessing the possible beginning of a basketball dynasty. Oddsmakers still have the Spurs as favorites. But here's the twist. Most of the betting money continues flowing toward the Knicks. Fans see something special happening. They see a team peaking at exactly the right moment. They see a city believing again. So now the stage is set. Madison Square Garden dreams. Wembanyama's superstar ascent. Billions of dollars in wagers. And a finals matchup that sportsbooks desperately hoped would never happen. The only question left is this. Will the Knicks complete one of the most unforgettable championship runs in franchise history, or will Victor Wembanyama take the final step toward becoming the NBA's next global superstar? Game 1 is here. The pressure is enormous. The stakes couldn't be higher. And by the time this series ends, either New York's long wait will finally be over, or a new era of Spurs basketball will officially begin.